Welcome back. Facial recognition can help police solve crimes faster and more efficiently. But in the wave of protests all across the U.S., big tech companies like IBM, Amazon, and Microsoft have said they will stop selling their AI software to police departments for a period of time to ensure that the technology is used responsibly. Shelly Palmer, tech consultant and host of the Think About This podcast, joins me now with more. Shelly, question, how does AI work in conjunction with the police department, and how are they using this, as we said, maybe irresponsibly before they stop selling it?
Well, a couple things. First of all, the way they use it is just like you think. People have published thousands of pictures of themselves on Facebook, and they've published them because once you put something on Facebook, it's public. So these have been scraped and they've been put into AI models and used to train artificial intelligence face recognition or machine learning face recognition that basically allows the companies to sell police forces the ability to check who's who. Now, here's the problem. They train it with not only just every face in the world, but they mostly train it with criminals because they've got these wanted posters. And so the false positives are dramatic. You see a remarkable percentage of false positives, and the bulk of the false positives are African American and people of color. So not only is the technology not foolproof, the models aren't trained particularly well. So Microsoft, Amazon, IBM have all said that they are going to stop selling this technology to law enforcement. Google did this back in 2018, so it's not a new idea. The ACLU is suing Amazon. They're saying, and a couple other companies are saying, come on, just don't do this. And the reason they don't want them to do it is they feel that the technology needs to be government regulated, that it's a massive invasion of privacy. So considering what's been going on in the world, I think it's great that IBM and Amazon and Microsoft have stepped up and said, look, we're not going to do it. This technology is far from foolproof, Bianca. We talked about it last week, and it's just right after we spoke about it. Yeah. The big tech companies made this announcement, which I think is very positive.
Now, Shelly, when we talk about it being used irresponsibly with police departments, what about a bunch of other, not even departments, but other companies that are taking this AI software and AI facial recognition and buying it to be used against us, maybe to help, I guess, interact with our buying habits? Talk about that.
Well, so look, when you use facial recognition, you have to wonder what it's for, right? It's like, at the moment, it's a digital wanted poster. Advertisers don't need it. There were some experiments years ago where you would walk through a retail store and it's sort of like Minority Report. Your face would be recognized and they would put an ad up for something that you might want to buy or to steer you to something in the retail store. But they don't need to recognize your face for that. They can recognize your phone. You can log into the store. Amazon Go doesn't need it when you just walk into a retail store like that. Mostly this technology, when it's used outside in public, is used to identify people. This is great at an airport, maybe, but do I really need face recognition on my passport if I'm going to see a passport officer? It's very questionable about how good this is and whether or not it should be used, if this is the right way to identify people. And the technology is far from foolproof. Also, the government has gotten only partially involved, and so we're living in a weird world. The biggest problem, Bianca, to be fair, is that even though the big tech companies are saying they're not going to do it, you can put this together from parts, and if law enforcement wants to use it, they'll have no end of places they can buy it. The technology is commonplace.
All right, Shelly, I'll tell you this much. Wouldn't be able to recognize me without makeup on, so at least got that going for me. Shelly, thank you so much.
Always great, Bianca.